Stream is muted here. Everything's still set up. That's how the audio is. Just real quick. There we go. Yeah, volume's fine. I'm a little sad. I wish I could have completed this script, but at least I'll still do it as a live stream. God, it's so weird to watch this in a delay form, because I'm already cracking my fingers as I'm watching. Okay, why does it say buffering on my screen? It should be fine. Oh, yep, there's the buffer on my screen. But let me know, how is the quality and audio, if they're fine or not. Why is it buffering? What? I swear I have not had that problem before. Everything is good. Is there any buffering on screen? Because I'm seeing buffering on my side in the delay. Change this real quick. But it really ain't gonna matter. Okay, if it buffers a few more times, just let me know. But I think I'm all good. I was gonna change something in the script I'm just using it to reference back to, just in case if I forget something. But I think it's fine. I was gonna erase like one line that I wasn't gonna really use, but I just thought, like, why would I? Because there really is gonna be no purpose to it once I'm done. far as the delay, let me check back real quick. No, it's not that far. It's a couple seconds behind me. Question is, where do I want to start with? I guess I could start talking about the command menu itself, and then I can talk about dry forms and keyblade and transformations. I think. Okay, I need to stop being around. I need to stop being around the bush. Just go ahead and start. Jeez, I don't know why I'm just pausing and just looking at stuff. Again, I really wish that I could have done this as a video instead of doing it a live stream, but since E3 is right around the corner, I might as well just do it as a live stream, just to get it out the way. I just went back and started reading. Okay. I thought I misspelled a sentence in here, but everything looks fine. All right. So the command menu itself. Originally, what people started pointing out after the new screenshot had released with Olympus and such, it showed attack, magic, item, and the word link instead of summon, which was the original standard menu that they always used. But I'm going to be talking about the link command, and probably I would say mainly towards the transformation part, but everything else was standard, and everyone was I think I saw a couple people talking about, where did summons go? Is this in place of summons? Could this be a new mechanic? Honestly, I think it's just going to be something else entirely, but as for summons go, summons are confirmed to be a thing. So people saying that, oh, are summons gone? Are they not going to use summons? That's completely false. They've confirmed that summons will return and come back. I think I saw somewhere that they said like that your party members will be summons, or most of them will be summons. Which brings me to the question: does that mean Rapunzel will be a summon in Kingdom Hearts 3? That's my kind of question. And if that's the case, then Baymax would probably be a summon as well, which wouldn't be that bad. If you heard that, mom I think is doing laundry at the second, so. Oh yeah, that's right. In the reveal trailer, we actually did see something. Even though that it was not gameplay, it was all pre-rendered and it was made just purely through a computer. It was no one playing. It was just pre-rendered. It was animated. It did show 2 menus, and even though it was pre-rendered, they still had to have a concept for it. They still had to have something that they wanted them to create. Otherwise, it would have just been anything. It probably would have just been that one small segment with Sora holding the Master Keeper. So that still brings the question, are they even thinking about doing 2 menus? Or are they just going to go with one and just have situation commands pop up for everything else, which is something that I expected them to do, because that's what they did a little bit with 0.2. Hello, Axel. How are you? Really? It starts raining as soon as I start live streaming? I don't get it. Well, I guess I do get it. It rains a lot here, so... Hopefully it's not too loud on this end. But yeah, the two menus, the two thoughts that ran into my head is, I don't know why they wouldn't do two menus, because it worked well with Kingdom Hearts 2. I didn't see the reason as to why they would ditch it completely. I figured it would just carry over into Kingdom Hearts 3. The only reason I wouldn't think it would is that if they didn't need the purpose for it. The rain is just gonna go up another buff. Why is that in there? I don't know why. Oh, but as for the menu, they possibly could still do two menus. And the idea that I have is that the reason it's still not shown even in the new screenshot that they released with Sora and Thebes could be that it's still early game and that they have not done, like, say, the tutorial part for the second menu. Kind of like in what they did with Kingdom Hearts 2. I think you only got the second menu when you went to either the Land of Dragons or Beast Castle. Because I know it's not when you get your Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, because that's when they do the whole little tutorial and talking about how dry forms work with its command. But I guess I can go back as to if Link is where summons used to be, the idea is that they could have either put it back where it once was in Kingdom Hearts 1, where it's in the menu tab for magic at the very bottom, which I think people didn't catch that nowadays. So either it's there in the magic tab, all the magic, or it could be on the second tab. Occupies the first menu, and it pretty much is a rendition of what the second one to do. Cancel. There we go. I don't know why that's blocking. And I don't know why it's buffering so dang much. Yeah, I think that's in the Land of Dragons. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it's in the Land of Dragons. I think it doesn't matter. I think it's either in both one of those worlds. And so when you get a... It's just whenever you go to whatever world. So I think once they get the game out, or at least into its final stages, I think it'll probably more than likely be attack, magic, item, and drive. and the link part comes later. And then possibly the second menu would probably be kind of like what they did with Kingdom Hearts 2, which was attack. I believe it was summon, then party, then limit. But I don't remember what they said about limits. If they said it, I feel like they will return, because why would they get rid of limits? Because I think it was done pretty well in Kingdom Hearts 2, and I don't really see the reason why they would take it away unless it was due to time restraints. Because if they were going to book that wasn't story related, I think it would be limits, like certain ones, not all of them. I don't know why it's buffering so much. It might be the quality I'm running. I could possibly be reason. I think I have one idea is if they did with limits, they could put them to shortcuts, which wouldn't be half bad, because I always thought that they would do that, just to make it kind of easier, because if they are going to do the whole situation commands where it's not going to be like reaction, where you add, what is it called? Not an ability, but it's like enable. It allows you to enable where you, I think it's max MP, that you can just automatically trigger it. So if they do something with situation commands, it could be that they would do it by themselves and just do it. It's really starting to annoy me. I'm seeing it every 2 seconds. This buffering is killer. Why is it doing that? I don't think I can do anything from my side anymore. Unless I press a button, I don't know. Let me look real quick. Progress setting. No, I can't do that. It sucks. Honestly, I would just not delete. I would honestly just turn down the quality if I could, but I can't do that when I'm live streaming, which honestly sucks. But oh well, I guess I'll just go through it. I think that's all for the command menu. I think it would just be kind of the standard Kingdom Hearts 2 is just some update things where the limits would possibly be linked with the situation commands where Donald and Goofy can just randomly tell you, hey, it's a good idea to use the limits here. Kind of like Mickey did, where he just did them automatically where at certain points. Which honestly, if they do that, I hope they do it without being random, where you could just do it automatically by yourself. Or put them in the shortcuts, that way you can just do that instead of worrying about it being random. It could be the rain. I think the buffering could be the rain, because I've never seen that before, and I've not changed the settings at all on stream. Not at all. So it could be the rain. Hopefully it's not hurting the stream as much. I'm hoping for that. That's really my main concern. I don't care about my perspective. I care about everyone else's perspective on this video. Oh, and the video quality. And now I hear thunder. Hopefully it doesn't, hopefully that doesn't. Oh, I think there's one last thing to talk about for summons. Actually, no, I think that's for something. No, that's for the other thing. Never mind. Never mind. That's for something else. I guess now I could talk about the drive forms now. I really do hope that we do see more drive forms in a new trailer for E3. And more than likely they'll have a trailer because it's been a year since we've gotten the Jump Festa footage, so if they didn't show anything at E3, it would be kinda odd if they really didn't, so more than likely there will be a trailer. So I really hope they do show more drive forms, because if there's just two, that also brings the question, why would you just bring drive forms back just to do 2 forms? Unless, again, it's due to time constraints. At that point, I'd just be like, okay, that's fine. But I'm just puzzled on what they could do. We have guard form and power form. Power form. I don't know what else they could do. Possibly maybe a glide form. Like, that's the thing, is they're really tricky on the way they. It's the way they sound just doesn't make quite much sense, and we don't even have any kind of clue as to if there'll be growth abilities, on what they do, and that's really the question. The kind of idea that I ran is they would be unique to running. Say like power form, you could do like very heavy attacks, and it'll be more slow, and guard form would mainly be, I don't know, maybe more counter moves, maybe be able to dodge a little bit more effectively. I don't know, that's really the ideas that I was getting at. God, that is so annoying and it's buffering so much. I can... The rain at this particular moment in time when I started the stream, that really upsets me. Why of all times did it choose to rain? I think that whole part, I just covered in pretty much everything in that category. I guess I can talk about my idea with drive forms and keyblade transformations working together. And this is just, what I'm about to say, I think is just a me thing, but if keyblade transformations only work when you're in drive forms, I really think that would be just a waste, in my opinion. Because they've used... It's not buffering too bad on my end, just here and there. Well, that's what I was saying. To me, I really just think it'll be a waste due to... They were able to do it without using drive forms with the 2-shoot blasters and the cannon. So as to why they would just change it to where oh, you can only do transformations while you're in dry forms. Well, when you're in one dry form, you can do one transformation with one keyblade, and if you use the same keyblade in a different transformation, if you use if you use the same keyblade on a different dry form, it does a different transformation, which to me, I don't like that idea because we've seen how it can work how it works without dry form, so I'm hoping that either A, it's for particular situations, like say you get 3 different kind of transformations where you could do one without drive, and no, it'd just be 2, where one you would do without drive and then the other would be with drive forms. And that particularly in my opinion wouldn't be that bad, but if it's just linked to drive, that would just be questioning why would you bring back drive forms just to do that. It just, to me, doesn't make much sense. Because the dry forms in Kingdom Hearts 2, they had a purpose, because they were to give you the growth abilities, which were aerial dodge, aerial slide, glide, high jump. They had a reason to be there, but Keyblade transformations, it just doesn't really seem that, because we already knew Sora was going to get that ability when he became a master. So, and being that dry forms probably won't have dual wielding anymore, because Ven's gonna wake up, and when I said that to someone, actually it was the person I was gonna collab with, which we're still working on with that. The thing that he was saying was like, well, I think that Ven will wake up in the end of the game, and then that's when the Keyblade will go back to him, but that's really not the idea that I'm thinking. I'm thinking that once Aqua comes back, she's immediately going to go after Ven, because she's going to be reminded and going to be knowing what the heck's going on at this current point in time. So when she gets out of the realm of darkness, she's immediately going to go to Ven, because she'll realize that, hey, Xehanort's going to be going after Ven. I might as well just go beat him to the punch really quick. And once Ven comes back, Sora's going to have to go give him his heart back. He's going to take his Keyblade back. So, if they do that at the end of the game, it would just be kind of weird. And also being if they completely took away 2 Keyblades at the end of the game, if you do have dual wielding, I just don't really see the purpose in doing that. That means your dry forms would be less efficient or less powerful than they were. Like, I don't know, there's too many consistencies with that, and I just don't like that idea. I think that Ven's just gonna wake up, not necessarily the early game stage, but mainly I would say maybe the middle. And then once he takes the Keyblade back, it's not really gonna affect you all that much. Because if you take away, because if they had, like, say, Valor form, Master form, Final form, then more than likely you would just be reduced down to 1 Keyblade, and I don't see how that would work. Unless they completely revamp the dry forms if you have 2 Keyblades. That also being, how would you do... I think he was also talking about, like, dual transformations at the same time, which I don't see that working. I think that would be way too much effort to put in, and it'd be very complicated. So I don't really see that working. But other than that, I just don't really believe that on that end. And plus, we've seen dual transformations with 1 Keyblade, and that was the 2-shoot blaster. So why can't the same happen with other Keyblades, where, say, like, you get a Keyblade and it turns into gauntlets? So, which is something I would want. That would be the greatest animation to do. I could see it perfectly in my head, and I would just want something like Anti-Form, where you're just more of a brawler. I think that would be really, really cool. And I can just imagine, like, the animation where the Keyblade just turns, goes on Sora's hands, and they just become, like, almost Wolverine-like Knuckles. I think that would just be really cool. But that's just my opinion. I think that's mainly all I want to talk about keyblade transformations. Now I can go into how possibly they could work with the dry forms if they are going down that road. And that's mainly where Link comes in. And I can actually back this up with something that was actually kind of similar to the concept of what they could do with this. If you have played Kingdom Hearts 2, then you obviously have gotten the summon. You could summon Genie in Kingdom Hearts 2. And if this was a video, this was going to be where I would display video footage of me actually in Kingdom Hearts 2 summoning Genie. And the fact was that Genie could use your dry forms. And I think with each dry form, before you did the actual final limit with him, I think you would have different fighting styles. So that was the thing that I was kind of thinking about, where, say like if you were in Olympus fighting Heartless, and you want to go into Drive. You go down to the last menu tab, press Drive, press say Power Form, and then Drive changes to Link. Once you click Link, it brings, I guess, like a slow sub-menu to go further with the transformation. And then that's when the chariot comes out, and then you could follow up with the attacks like that. Because I'm trying to remember exactly all the details, because I didn't get this part in my script, which was sad. God, I had the tip of my tongue, and now I can't remember how I was gonna word it. If they had Noctis. Yeah, if they had Noctis, definitely give like Sora an Engine Blade Keyblade, something like that. I would think that would be so cool. Actually, Nomura talked about Noctis in Kingdom Hearts 3 because he didn't. There was God, what's the word? I'm brain farting so hard today. Not a summary, a survey, that's the word. The survey, one of the questions I think was, what character would you want to see in Kingdom Hearts 3? And a lot of people voted Noctis. I think he was the #1 character to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. And the more I think he talked about that, saying that he was surprised that everyone wanted Noctis, which I don't see how he would be surprised. Everyone's been hyping for Noctis, I think, ever since he became a character, or ever since the rebrand. But he did note that it would be hard to put him in Kingdom Hearts 3, but he would try. So I'm not saying that that's flat out confirming for him. It would just be like 50-50, possibly if they have the time, and if Nomura can fit him in story-wise. But yeah, an engine, like, even if they can't do Noctis, I really think an Engine Blade would just be all I would need. Like, if you can fit Noctis in maybe Kingdom Hearts 4 and only give us an Engine Blade in Kingdom Hearts 3, completely fine. That is completely fine. Because a lot of people want a Star Wars Keyblade, which again, is completely fine. Just don't have any Marvel worlds. He's really frowning on me. What do you mean he's really frowning on me? What do you mean? And full disclosure, I know that Big Hero 6 is a Marvel film. Like, I know it's Marvel because it came from a Marvel comic, but it's a Disney property movie, so it still works. Oh, okay, growing on you. I was like, what? Why are you frowning on this man? It's like, I love Noctis, I really do. Like, people say, oh, he's emo, and is like, really, I hate that word, because that was really the term that everyone used for 15. Like, I really just hate the word now. It's not even, emo doesn't even represent that, God, I'm stuttering so much. It doesn't even represent what they're talking about. I think the word that they describe with emo is angst. I think that's the word that actually means what everyone's linking it to. So, same thing with a Star Wars keyblade, with lightsaber keyblade. I just don't want Marvel worlds into the game. I'm fine with Big Hero 6, and if Disney does any kind of Marvel movie like that, I think that's perfectly fine, and that's how they could do Marvel and Star Wars, in my opinion. That's, in my honest opinion, if they did Star Wars, it would be the cartoon series. I think that that's the best way they could do it. Not do the movies, because it would just be kind of too inconsistent, where it would be kind of hard to fit the story. Like, it's still kind of hard to fit the story, but at least you would have some kind to work with. The same thing kind of goes with Marvel. If they just do that, then I really don't have a big problem with Big Hero 6. Which I saw people have big problems with Big Hero 6 being in Kingdom Hearts 3. And it's like, why is everyone crying that it's in Kingdom Hearts 3? I thought Big Hero 6 was great. It definitely fits Kingdom Hearts. It really does. And the fact that they're even going further and making a new story for it, instead of doing just the movie, that's also really great. I find that as a positivity. I'm not sure that every Disney World will have something new. I feel like some of them will still follow their movie tie-in stories. Which is fine, as long as that they made the level design a little bit better than Kingdom Hearts 2, then I'm completely fine. But I like how I just went on a whole ramble with that. The link command. So I explained how it could work with the link. And plus they could still do it with situation commands as well. But the whole link factor. Well, actually, no. I think the situation command will probably will be possibly like the final move with the Keyblade transformation. Another thing to work with it is, like, I don't really see why Sora would use it just to get the transformations out, because Taro was able to transform his Keyblade as well, not just as the Lingering Will during his fight, also in actual Birth by Sleep. He was able to transform his Keyblade into the cannon without losing his body or anything, without using any kind of special abilities or anything. It's just that once he got, he could get the unlocked for yeah, I get that. Yeah, I honestly do get that, Lee. With everyone whining with every piece of information. Honestly, that really bugs me with so many people. And I was just listening to a podcast, like, somewhat listening, because I stopped watching after maybe a few minutes because it was really stupid on what the guy was saying. And not the main guy who did the channel. I don't really like his content anymore. Just, it was my opinion. I just don't like it anymore. Because it's starting to sound like everybody else. But the guy that he was talking to is like, well, I hope Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't just feel like Kingdom Hearts 2 with prettier graphics. I think that's what mainly everybody wants. I think everybody wants Kingdom Hearts 3 to be like Kingdom Hearts 2 with new updates and graphics. Yeah, everyone wants it to be perfect. Yeah, like, I get they wanted to be perfect in their way. It's just the one thing that really irks me is, like, well, with all these trailers we got in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's really nothing new. Which I say, if you say that, then you're blind, because in terms of worlds, yes, there hasn't really been anything new. We haven't seen Big Hero 6, we have not seen San Francisco in-game engine form, and all we have is the art, which I can understand if that's where you're coming from, but in terms of gameplay, no. There's a lot of things that we didn't expect that Kingdom Hearts 3 would have. We didn't expect shot locks mixed in with flow motion. We didn't expect a evolution in magic. Well, we kind of expected evolution in magic. God, what was another thing that really catch me off guard when I saw it? Possibly tech points, because there were numbers by the Heartless and Sora when Sora was attacking in the Jump Vesta footage. So possibly tech points could come back, which I wouldn't be mad at it. God, what else were there? Parkour. How could I forget parkour? And honestly, 0.2 did handle that really well. It can be tweaked here and there. The same thing with the combat. Honestly, the combat for 0.2 was very close. I can say this from a person that's played every Kingdom Hearts game. 0.2 felt the closest thing to Kingdom Hearts 2. It does need tweaking here and there with the combat, but it was very close. The Rock Titan. Yeah, the Rock Titan. Because he wasn't really a main boss for the Kingdom Hearts series. He was always like a side boss. But we kind of knew that a while ago, back during when it was in the Luminoff's engine. Same thing with the train and the Tushu Blaster. The only thing we did not see with the Tushu Blaster was the cannon. We only got, like, word of it, because we didn't see that footage back then. Then we got the footage of 2015, and honestly, that transformation was really cool. Again, that's why I don't like the ideas that the transformations would just be cut off from each other, because the transition between the two just honestly looked really cool. And I will say, out of the transformations we do see, I would say definitely the Chariot was probably the best animation so far that we've seen from the two transformations we've seen. Actually, no, we've seen kind of three. We've seen the Tushu Blaster from the Keyblade to the Tushu, then the blasters into the cannon, and then the Chariot. So, but to me, it just really just irks me. It just you see more negativity than positivity, and that really, like, I get it in some areas. I get the whole factor of everyone wants Kingdom Hearts 3, but I want it too, but I'm not gonna hound them every single day for the rest of my life to get this game, because it takes a long time, and they've stated before this game was announced too early. I will tell you this, the only person we can blame is kinda Nomura. Blame ourselves, not the entire community, but a bit of the community. Because the interview that came out when he said, oh, it was announced too early, now that I'm looking at it, that little bit earlier in that interview, when he said that, he said when he was rebranding 15 on that day, he was also saying that he wanted to show people Kingdom Hearts 3's reveal that it is coming out, because he knew people were eager to get that game because there's been so many spin-offs. So really, to me, it sounded like he was pretty much thinking to himself, yeah, I feel like I'm going to get so much hate and probably ask so many questions about it. I might as well just give them the reveal trailer. But honestly, I really, I do agree that, yes, it was way too early, but I will, how can I word this? Like, I'm not mad at them. I understood why they did it. I knew why Nomura did this. I know why he announced it the way he did. It was to try and appease the people that were hounding them that were pretty much every day, that's right now even doing it, saying, where's Kingdom Hearts 3? Where's Kingdom Hearts 3? Where's Kingdom Hearts 3? And it's just like, This is why I can't go to any kind of website without seeing the negativity and always the hounding. It's way more than anybody out in the right mind would just say, hey, when is there going to be a little bit more news? Which is still kind of hounding, just a little bit of a hound, but it's better than asking, where's the release date, release date, release date, release date, release date, Kingdom Hearts 3, where's Kingdom Hearts 3, where's Kingdom Hearts 3, where's Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's everywhere. I think the two biggest areas that you would find that would be YouTube. Honestly, YouTube's cancerous for it, like very cancerous for it, and Facebook. You should have seen the wars that I've seen on Facebook. That is, oh god. I've seen people say, oh, screw Square, I'm boycotting them because they waste too much time, they take too long for the development, and it's like, okay, later? Like, honestly, that's how I just feel. Honestly, I think I've covered pretty much everything about the in the speculation. Honestly, I didn't figure I would get I didn't figure I would get done with it soon. I figured it would go on a little bit longer, but I guess I could just rant because I'm actually kind of myself, and I'm kind of relieving myself because I've been kind of stressed every time I go to news sites and every time I would see a comment talking about Kingdom Hearts 3, so I guess I'm relieving myself of the stress and getting things out. So, yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah, I honestly think that that's truly what happened with Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2013. Honestly, the way that 2015 went, I feel like that we truly would have gotten 2017 as a release date. Either that or 2016, because we've seen the progress that they made from the Luminos engine footage to the Unreal, which again, that's why it was delayed even more, which I don't consider it a delay. Like, switching engines is not really that easy. It really isn't, and that's coming from someone that wants to be a game creator and be a developer. Like, once I go to college or go into trade, that's what I'm going to go and learn. I want to learn how to make a game and learn a bit more about the development cycle. And the things that you see and hear, it changes your whole perspective on gaming in general, and you start to care more about some of these developers. They don't understand what it takes to make a game. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's mainly people who just play the games just to play. They don't understand the process that goes into it. Yes, could Square take less time to make the games? Yes, that is true. And they are kind of perfectionist, which I think, honestly, in general, I think developers are naturally like that. For good reason. They want the game to be perfection so it can get the sales and doesn't get backlash. See, Lee, this is actually the thing I'm about to talk about. The reason they didn't stick with the Luminos engine was because, well, this one is more in my opinion and more speculation on me, is because the reason that they did it was because it was more built to 15. It was more built for Final Fantasy 15, a more realistic kind of graphics, more realistic physics, which they kind of still do in 0.2. They kind of went more realistic in some sense and more in lighting, but they had problems with the engine. The reason 15 took so damn long was because of the fact they had to keep constantly updating the system, and it just wasn't up to par. There were some things that they had to cut out because the engine couldn't handle, and it just wasn't complete. And that's kind of the same thing that happened with Crystal Tools, which was their last engine, which they did with Final Fantasy 13 and its trilogy. And it also did it and they also did it for Final Fantasy 14, which is currently still ongoing. Hi Sonic, glad that you made it to the stream. I actually already completed the in-depth speculation part of Kingdom Hearts 3's menu and drive forms and everything, but I'm just here kind of venting about all the things that are going on. I might as well just do some of the rumor talk, since I'm already relieving some of myself with some of the things that have been kind of building up. Why should I? Like, I don't have a problem with the gameplay trailers. Honestly, I'm really hoping that we do get more story in the next trailer, because I think that that's the biggest thing that would tell us where the game's in development. Because it's cool to have gameplay, it tells us that it is in a playable standard. But the thing about it, if they just show gameplay, then it really puts into question, where is the story implemented? How far have they gotten into the story? I'm doing fine. I actually was able to get very good sleep. I've been having sleeping problems, which I think I said in my update video. We'll see with the 3-year thing. Yeah, the 3 years. Like, I feel so bad for Tabata. Like, I feel so bad for him for putting up with 15 and everything, because he was given a game that wasn't complete, and he had to complete the game in under 3 years. And 3 years, to me, with how big the project is, how enormous and how ambitious it was, no, 3 years was not enough. Like, 3 years was just not enough for Final Fantasy 15. If they had maybe another year or two, it possibly could have gotten all the cut content that they're giving us back. And I love to see how, oh, they just took those out and are selling it to us for nickel and dime purposes. I'm like, no. If you actually knew the development side, it's more than that. And they even think, I think I saw somewhere that they recently went back to do voice acting, so explain to me that. That's really the question. Came back for school. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that some people are still in school, but I honestly forgot about that since since I graduated. I forgot about that, but it's fine. Like I said, I hope there's more story, because that really puts a bigger glance on that there is a lot more story than we know that's in the game right now. Because a lot of people in the rumors are thinking that it's going to turn out like 15 because that they've been having problems, which is what the rumor kind of stated, which I don't think is really the problem. Because mainly what the rumors kept saying was the game will be incomplete. They are trying to push for a 2018 release. If they can't get in the deadline, they will cut stuff out. But the game's not being rushed. Right there, that's kind of contradictory, which again I kind of said in my update video, which was it was kind of contradicting itself, because if it's relating to story and it's not being rushed, then that puts me in question, is the story done? Is everything that they want for the story done? They just haven't shown us that part stuff yet. And what they're doing is mainly the extra stuff that they're doing, maybe extra keyblades, extra mini games, extra bosses. That really puts into question. I hope they take their time. I really do hope they take their time too. Yeah, I really hope so. And it's funny, I'm not even mad at the game anymore. I could wait another 2 years. I don't even care. I really don't. There's a lot of people who are butthurt about that, saying that they wouldn't want to wait, but nobody does. But I would rather have a complete game than a game that has significant cut content. So honestly, I agree with that in some way, that they should keep story out of the question for this next trailer, so people don't get disappointed. But to me, I feel that they don't. People are going to continuously say, "Oh, there was nothing new in this trailer. Oh, that it was just pretty much the same thing," which because the only story we got from the trailers was the Xehanort and Erica's conversation, and they flat out confirmed that that's not even the final product. That whole scene can be completely changed. So it could be them walking in a corridor or a hallway talking this stuff. They could be continuously playing a chess game, or they could be talking to some, like, just talking outside. We don't even know if that's going to be the final product. But honestly, I'm not even worried, because again, that whole part of the rush part, with it being contradicting itself, I just really think it's more minor things that they're going to possibly cut. Maybe say keyblades, mini games, maybe a few extra bosses. Yes, even worlds, and people are probably going to hate that, but that's really nothing new. Worlds have been cut from Kingdom Hearts before. The Jungle Book, Toy Story, Disney Castle in Kingdom Hearts 1, Lion King in Kingdom Hearts 1, excuse me, my throat is a little dry. What other worlds did they cut? Because I know they cut some more. Prankster's Paradise, the Pinocchio world in Days, Recoded, I think, had a couple cut worlds. The mini games in Birth by Sleep that were the Unverse mini games, that didn't come until like Final Mix, so I don't even know if that was cut content or if that was just something they threw extra. So but yeah, like, they've had worlds cut. Dream Drop Distance had cut worlds, Birth by Sleep had cut worlds, Chain of Memories had Deep Jungle, and then the rights got taken away, so they couldn't put the game, so they couldn't make the game with Deep Jungle in it. That's why it's not appeared ever since Kingdom Hearts 1. Honestly, Toy Story, I really, really, really hope that that's a world, because I feel that is the perfect Pixar film they could do. People say, like, oh, they could do The Incredibles, oh, they can do Monsters, Inc., because, like, Monsters, Inc. was, like, perfect for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it was like, I can somewhat see it, but I just don't see it as much as Toy Story. Especially since there's evidence that Toy Story was going to be actually in 2 different games, both in Kingdom Hearts 1 and in 2. Kingdom Hearts 1, there is a image of a Toy Story world that had Pizza Planet on it. And honestly, like, I think that came out recently. I think that was like a few years ago that we just got that. It's like very lost archived footage. Like, not footage, it was lost archived art. But that was, I think, mainly I think that was cut during the time of when Pixar and Disney were having their differences and having their rights war. So I think that was kind of the reason they stepped away from it. Toy Story, also, that's a very good way to promote your Kai Arts figures. Even in your regular figures, like the new one that they just announced, which honestly was very, very, very nicely detailed. I just wish it wasn't expensive, because I think that's really, really expensive. Oh God, Lego! Don't start with me with the Lego stuff. That oy vey. I haven't played with Legos in, I think, years. Honestly, Sonic, I really hope Kingdom Hearts 3 is better than 2. Because I think if people say that Kingdom Hearts 2 is better than Kingdom Hearts 3, I think that would put a lot of disbelief saying, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be crap. But honestly, if I would want something out of Kingdom Hearts 3, I just hope that the level design is better. Because that was the fault of Kingdom Hearts 2. Even though people praise the absolute heck out of Kingdom Hearts 2 for its gameplay. The gameplay was great. It was probably the best in the series. But the level design was horrible. There was very any level interaction. The only times that you had interactions with the worlds themselves was Lion King with turning into a lion, Halloween Town with the traps in Halloween Town itself, and also some of the things in Christmas Town. Atlantica when you turned into a merman, but that was very limited because you couldn't do anything. I think that was it. I think that's the only thing. Other than that is like the skateboards in Twilight Town, but that's it. There's really nothing else. What do you mean by chambers? Are you talking about like Monstro with the different chambers? Because that was in Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts 2's level design. The level design in Kingdom Hearts 1 was fine. I thought it was great that the level interaction was fine with Tarzan jumping with you, jumping on vines, and such. And say with Monstro with the different chambers. Yes, the worlds themselves weren't as great as they could be because there's a lot of backtracking. But the level design, in my opinion, is better than Kingdom Hearts 2, because Kingdom Hearts 2, they just felt like generic zones, and the worlds themselves, they didn't really matter. They felt fillery, where everything was mainly focused on the organization, which is perfectly fine. That's the whole point of Kingdom Hearts 2. It's just Kingdom Hearts 1, it made a difference because you had all the villains from the Disney worlds that were kind of the main focus at the point. And then Ansem became a problem later in the game. Like, I would want Kingdom Hearts 2 combat, Kingdom Hearts 1-like style of level design, a few new additions to the gameplay, which honestly is what we're kind of getting with the transformations and everything. And like I think I've stated this a while back, but I honestly think that everything that they've done in the multiple titles, they're inking it into 3. They're all bleeding together. Because you've got shot locks, dry forms, new keyblade transformation abilities, flow motion, limits, somewhat of a Kingdom Hearts 2 like combat, level design that looks better. So to me, I think that they're bleeding in everything. And possibly the mini games could be something similar to maybe Recoded, because Recoded had different kind of styles of gameplay. No, the levels were like chambers moving. Yeah, that okay. Now I'm following. Yeah, they just like, I still love Kingdom Hearts 2. I just think that they could have done better with the level design, but I think they just wanted to focus more in the gameplay. Which is not a problem. Like I said, Kingdom Hearts 2 has the best gameplay in the series. It's just that the worlds themselves I don't really care for because they're just cookie cutter. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean world. I forgot about that with the zombie pirates. Because you had to fight them in the light instead of in the shadows. And the fact that you can use magic on them, which determine how they would react. If you freeze them, they would be stiff. If you use thunder on them, they would stagger and be very slow. Fire, they would run around crazy because they were on fire. They just need that, honestly, back. And I think the greatest thing I saw with the Jump Festa footage again was Sora sliding down the rapids, and that again provides me like there's going to be like environment hazards and environment where say in Olympus was God, I just brain farted so hard there. What? Like, say if Sora was fighting, say, a Heartless, like it did in Jump Festa, he falls into the water, you would kind of have to either jump out of it, or you would have to wait until you were at the bottom of the rapids. I think somewhere that the more was experienced. Yeah, I think I saw somewhere that he was experimenting somewhere down the line in the other titles. And I think, again, he said also for the team, for the Osaka team, it was for... The HD collections were mainly to help the team experience what the old games were and how the combat and everything was, which was a good tester then. It's just that the Kingdom Hearts, the collections were rushed. They were rushed because there were so many problems, both in the PS3 and a bit in the PS4, because there is still save crashing. I think that's the only reason why I have not picked up the PS4 versions. Because I still have my PS3 and all my collections there. Yeah, it makes sense to have probably the best thing out of every game. Like, again, I didn't figure shot locks were going to return, but they did, and they revamped it. They made it to more, like, kind of Burp by Sleep-esque with flow motion, where the flow motion kind of acts almost like the second variety of shot lock, with kind of like, say, if you were playing as Terra, you would have either one shot lock, which was Dark Volley, where it was just kind of the standard shoot your projectiles, kind of like how 0.2 was Prism Rain with Aqua. And then you would have, I forget what it was called, but it was essentially person with shooting a and then the air you hit the button prompts. Yeah, Zero was pretty much I'm sorry to admit that, Sonic, but it is the truth. It is a prologue, it is, but it is a demo. Like, honestly, I feel like there were multiple reasons as to why, God, the lag is horrible. Wow. And it stopped raining, too. I just realized that. So much lag. Jesus Christ, I've never seen this. I think I can take this off. I don't think I really need it. Changes, no. Take this off. Hopefully that does something. Again, I do apologize for the lag. Like, again, I've never really seen this happen before because I don't really mess with the settings. It usually, I think, HD 720p. And that's fine that you haven't been uploading, Sonic. It's like, you're busy at school. That's why I haven't been uploading for the past couple months. Because I was finishing school. Because I wanted to graduate and not get a GED. Because, yeah, for me, I would rather get a high school diploma than a GED. Because not necessarily in the sense of... Not in the sense of... Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I'd rather get it because I've worked so hard to get a high school diploma, and just to get a GED, I feel defeated because I spent all these years trying to get it. So, I just went straight into just not doing anything and just focus on everything. So, honestly, that's really what you should do, Sonic. Just finish up school and then return to YouTube once you finished everything. And that's really the way you should do it. Because it worked out for me. I just stayed away from YouTube for months. Only went on it to mainly just watch stuff and just have a good time during intersections of when I wasn't working. But yeah, I think we're good on the buffering now. Maybe it might have been because I had my multiple things opened, but that doesn't really make much sense because I'm streaming on my phone, but yeah, I'm using my computer to talk to the chat. What new Disney World would you like to see at E3? New Disney World. And I saw that Emperor's New Groove. I wouldn't mind Emperor's New Groove. I love that movie. No, I don't think that's the reason why it would not be in there. If they didn't put it in there, then it might have been just because either they didn't think of it or it just didn't work out in the way that they wanted to. I don't think it has anything to do with popularity in the sense of, oh, that movie just didn't do well in the box office and not many people watched it. If it was that, then it was super underrated. I don't see how that would be because I've seen a lot of people talk about Emperor's New Groove in multiple videos. So, like, honestly, Treasure Planet. Honestly, in my opinion, Treasure Planet, 100%, all the way. They've already got Tangled and they already got Big Hero 6. That was made by Roy Conley as their producer, and he also did Treasure Planet. So, just complete the trio. Just complete the trio while you're at it. Like, just do Treasure Planet. I would love Treasure Planet. And that, and it's also underrated. I think Treasure Planet is very underrated. Oddly enough, now I'm thinking about it, I think I saw someone talk about Phineas and Ferb being Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, no, I don't know how that would work. No. Like, if they were ever to do TV shows in Kingdom Hearts 3, I would only suggest doing the Star Wars TV shows, and that was it. Can't wait for summer vacation. Yeah, I can see why you would be wanting summer vacation right now. I think some of my friends are already on summer vacation because I think they're done. But right now I'm done indefinitely. I'm spreading my wings. I'm done. I'm done with school finally. Well, at least for right now. I still have not figured out what I'm gonna do for college. Not yet. It could be summon. Summon. Somewhat. I could see it. That should become possible. Again, I really don't think Kim Possible would work because I don't think really Draken or any other villain from Kim Possible's universe would be as intense as some of the other ones. But then again, I've seen different bosses in Kingdom Hearts, so what am I saying? What I'm saying with college is that if I don't go to college, I'm probably going to go into trade because I do need practice for what I want to go into work, because I'm not just going to go work at a random job. Which I'm not saying I'm not going to get a job ever until, like, say, oh, after college or after I'm done with trade or anything. I'm just, like, say I got a Domino's next to me and I really don't want to go work at Domino's because I really just don't. No, not That's So Raven. I adore That's So Raven back then. I still occasionally watch her from time to time. But no, I honestly, no, not That's So Raven. That's one of the reasons why people don't want TV shows in Kingdom Hearts, is for that specific reason. Because then you would have Hannah Montana, That's So Raven, and a lot of other Disney shows. But I'd say just stick with the cartoon ones. Just stay right there. Let it sell itself like that. No, they got away with Pirates of the Caribbean with a live action version, but that's as far as I'll go with that. I've only seen TV series coming after Kingdom Hearts 3 in the side game. Like, honestly, in that kind of regard, I think they would have done that a long time ago with the other ones. Because what was there to stop them with Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance? I'm not going to say Days and Recoded because they were on the lower graphics side. So I think that's why they wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I've seen a couple people say Gravity Falls. I wouldn't mind that, but I don't think it will happen. Hannah Montana. Like, see, Nomura, there you go. That's your singing world. Oh my god. More singing worlds. Atlantica was enough. Atlantica was enough. I'm just trying to think. What were the other rumors that they were talking about? Oh, and just plus about the singing worlds, a lot of people are really speculating, oh, they're going to make Frozen a singing world. No, I don't really think that. And plus, when Taisue said that, who is the co-director, he doesn't have a say in that. Nomura has to say in that, so people were getting worried for nothing. So that was kind of funny, watching that crash and burn. Up another buffer. God, Jesus. Oh, it's over. I'm skipping Square ideas. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Let me adjust myself. Yeah, let me be quiet on the whole singing thing because that's probably gonna be a jinx. What was the guy talking about in the rumors? Saying it wasn't being delayed, it was not being rushed. Come out for 2018, might be incomplete, might cut things out if it's not done by the deadlines. Oh yeah, that's right, the misconception that everyone took from what he was talking about with 15 and everything. Because I think the tweet said something like that it was almost like 15 versus Hell. Kai would be singing as well this time. No. What? I forget that Kairi is voice acted by God, why am I drawing a blank on her name? And I actually do like her in 0.2. Allison Stoner, that was her name. I was blanking so hard, so much. Allison Stoner, because she was voice acting Kairi in place of Hayden Panettiere. For I don't know why. I think she didn't want to do it, or she was busy. Which a lot of people give smack for that. Like, I like Allison's voice for Kairi, and she's also the voice actor for Shion. And Shion's very well voice acted too. I didn't really have a problem with Allison voicing Kairi. I think she sounds more bubbly than Hayden. I think Hayden just sounds like it's good. Don't get me wrong. I just think Allison just sounds more younger and more bubbly. Kind of fits more the princess-esque type of voice. And she also did Isabella for Phineas and Ferb. Which again, bubbly. Funny you should say that. I think I saw somewhere, Lee, that somewhere Nomura was thinking of making Final Fantasy Versus 13 a singing game. I would want to be joking, but I want to say that I saw that somewhere. Yeah, he did want 15 to be like that. Yeah. I didn't see the extra things that you were saying, but I saw it somewhere. I feel like it was a thing at one point, because 15 had been rewritten so many times by both Nomura and Taisue, which I didn't really like that they made it so simple, which was kind of my problem to begin with. That and the open world aspect. Don't get me wrong, the open world was great, but it affected the story so much. And they even said it, I think Taisue even said that if they had made the whole game open world, that it would have taken twice as long to develop, and it would have doubled the game's cost. Which, if it comes to that, then it's not worth it. It's honestly not worth it to go through that. Sonic, you're dead. Yeah, okay. I've heard worse. I've heard worse than that. Oh, Jesus. I think I accidentally pressed stopped on my, I accidentally pressed stop on my, playback. No wonder I wasn't moving. Fine. I'm trying. Yeah, the Versus 13 Hell I was talking about. People were talking, saying that it was back in like Kingdom Hearts 3 was in development hell, but that's not what the guy was saying. He actually tweeted again in English this time, which again I don't see why you were speaking in Spanish to begin with. If you could speak English, but maybe it's like, maybe kind of knows English, I guess, in that kind of terms, which is fine then. He stated back in English saying, that was not correct. I was saying that, he was saying that, the team was affected by the Versus 13 Hell, which again makes sense, because 15 went through hell and back, and the team is probably exhausted. And when 15 was delayed for those few months, the Osaka team, I believe, went and helped 15 work out some of the problems that they were having just to get the game out. So possibly that could affected them a little bit more. But Final Fantasy character, what I want in Kingdom Hearts 3, like that's hard because I think Nomura only has the rights to the characters he created, and he's done a lot of characters. So a lot of them just came from Final Fantasy VII, which makes sense because 7 is the most popular game. But God, what character would I want besides Noctis? I would say either Vincent Valentine from Dirge of Cerberus, or what was the other one that I really liked? What was the other one that I really liked from the other games? Oh yeah, that's right, Lightning. I wouldn't mind Lightning, like, if people had a problem with her character from the 13 trilogy, that could all be wiped away because the Final Fantasy characters don't come from their they don't come from their Final Fantasy worlds. They are original to this world, original to this universe. They all come from different worlds. Like, the main cast of Final Fantasy mainly resides and lives in Hollow Bastion, and that's where they've lived all their time. So Gilgamesh. It's funny that you should say that. I was thinking that would be a secret boss. Imagine, like, Gilgamesh comes out of nowhere, sees Sora's keyblade, and is like, duel me for that keyblade, and I'll give you something in return, but if you lose, I get the keyblade. Imagine that. I think I saw fan art of that. And it was interesting. Alright, see you later, Sonic. Hope you have a good day. But yeah, Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh I can see working as a boss. I can really see it as a boss. But other than that, because I have to look back on what characters were created. Gonna do a quick research real quick because I looked this up a while back. Oh, what characters he created. Where is it? Here it is. Six. Because he also did monster designs. I forgot he did monster designs. And that's another thing. Nomura is more of a creative producer and more of a character artist than a developer. The only reason he chose the developer seat was to get the final say for the things that he wants. Concept design. Well, that's not Final Fantasy. That's something else. Final Fantasy X, which includes pretty much the Selphie. No, not Selphie. She was in 9. Tidus, Waka, Luna, and everybody else. Character design. Wait, 13.2? He did the main character design? I didn't really know that. Huh. You learn something new every day. Maybe Snow? Snow, yeah. It wouldn't be half bad to have Snow. The only reason I would want Snow, for me, in my honest opinion, would just to have Troy Baker in Kingdom Hearts 3. Because there was a lot of speculation that Troy Baker was going to be one of the foretellers. I forget which one he was rumored to be. I think he was rumored to be Unicornus, which wasn't the case. I think he's voice acted by somebody else. Oh, hey, Key of Time. Long time no see. Yeah, I don't think what Square owns for Final Fantasy is not far-fetched from for Kingdom Hearts. Sophie was an 8. Oh yeah, that's right. She was an 8. I was thinking 9 for some reason. Yeah, I knew they were kid forms in Kingdom Hearts 1. Which brings me to the question, where the heck have they been? They were in Kingdom Hearts 1 for a little bit. Selphie was the only one in Kingdom Hearts 2, and then they just up and left. I just found that quite funny. Yeah, I know Sylvia was with Squall, because I played a bit of 8. I just forgot the number. I thought it was 9 for some reason. But yeah, I don't think any Final Fantasy character is far-fetched. I think that some of them are just harder to get in terms of how they could work. Like, say, how could you do, like, say, Warrior of Light from Final Fantasy 1? How would that work? Say, Terra from, what was it, 4? And 4 of the after years, I think? And even some of the villains. Like, I think Sephiroth was, like, the only Final Fantasy villain that could work. Well, at least right now. I don't know what else they could do. But from 15, I could say just maybe Noctis, Luna, maybe Gentiana? Maybe, but eh. That's funny. That's funny. It's real funny. Funny enough, Key, I was kind of talking about that with Dryforms working with keyblade transformations, because that was kind of the whole point of this live stream. I just kind of went and just kind of rambled a little bit because the live stream would have been too short. So, and plus I'm having fun. It's already been an hour and I still have like 88% on my phone, which is kind of insane. Because I thought it would drain a lot faster, but the idea was, for me, I just hope that they didn't focus heavily with Dryforms working completely with transformations. Because I would want them to do the transformations outside with Sora's regular outfit and not just completely depend on Dryforms just to keep them unique and somewhat relevant. Because I think what they could do for keeping it relevant, since Sora lost most of his powers for what happened in Dream Drop Distance, they could use Dryforms as the kind of thing of, well, you could use the Dryforms to gain back your growth abilities, or some of your growth abilities, but some of them will be new. Like, say, double flight, air slide, maybe quick run, because I think there was somewhat of a form of quick run. Actually, no, I think that was more of a sliding dash. More of like a sliding dash, if anything. But that was like old footage. That, and I'm kind of guessing that they'll probably stick to one Keyblade for each Dryform, like I kind of said before. See, Lee, this is actually what I've been kind of saying to people, and people just keep denying this. Saying like, oh, Key is so stupid because it makes the series a lot more complicated. Like, yeah, it makes it complicated in the sense, but the story's not even done. We're not even done with Union Cross. But the thing is that, we don't know everything about the Master of Masters. I don't even think we'll know everything by Union Cross's end for its story. What I'm thinking is that once Xehanort is done, do not have him tie in with, say, like, Lu Shu controlling him, or the Master of Masters possessing him, because I think that would be a stupid way to transition villains, and that also makes Xehanort completely worthless, saying this build-up to him for this final fight was pretty much for nothing, and he's not even the main villain. You could have him follow the plans for what they're doing, but once he is defeated, then have Lu Shu and the Master of Masters come out, however they may have survived, and just have them go like, well, since that didn't work for what we wanted to do, we might as well just do it ourselves. Kind of in that same way. It still kind of sets up Xehanort as a kind of a pawn, but that's better than just having him backstabbed by them, instead of, like, finishing him, like, the right way. You know what I mean? I think it would kind of ruin the purpose of saying, this is the Xehanort saga, the end of the Xehanort saga. That's how I would say. Like, honestly, I already miss Xehanort because of Leonard Nimoy and for the Japanese actor that both passed away too early, which, again, I'm still sad about. There's nothing we could do about that. I'm just hoping that his replacement for both English and Japanese could do really well, because we've seen what happened with Billy Zane and Richard Epcar, and Richard Epcar's Ansem was not really good until, like, say, Dream Drop Distance, where he kind of got the flow of it, but it's still not as great as Billy Zane did. Like, Billy Zane is legendary for Kingdom Hearts 1. I think he did the best job with it. And also saying with the Key Saga, honestly, I feel that that's just an undertone just to place it for more story for After 3. Honestly, I feel like that's the setup. Everything that we're learning in Key will transition to be for the next villain. Because why would they just introduce it now instead of later? That's the real question. They could have done Kingdom Hearts Key a long time ago. They only did the original browser-based in 2013 after Dream Drop. So we're only just getting it now on the phone because just to have it international, and it's been rebranded for reasons, because Key on the browser was the first part, and Union Cross is supposed to take place after. It's supposed to be like a season 2 for the story, mainly to wrap everything up. Because other than the Master Masters, they really don't have anything that they could do. They really don't. So I think they're just getting this all out the way, so that way they don't have to deal with it later, after 3. And I think I've seen like one person agree with me saying that, yeah, that does make sense. Which was kind of the point I was giving, but a lot of people just sidetrack me saying, no, that's stupid, the game is trash. I was like, yeah, I get the game is trash, but... And people have a very big problem with Ven being a part of Key, which... Like, I get where it comes from, but again, we don't have that information yet as to where or why Ven is here in the present and in the past. Which I do have some kind of ideas on how that could work, but I think I'll hold that off. And it's not even just Leonard Nimoy and the Japanese actor for Xehanort. It's also for Christopher Lee. I didn't expect Christopher Lee passing away, and he was Diz. He was Ansem the Wise. That took me really off guard. I think those are like the only 3 actors that died in the Kingdom Hearts series. No, I don't think Nomura killed them. No, I think Learn Nimoy was just old. He was old. He was real old. I don't know how the Japanese voice actor died, and I don't even remember. I don't even know how Christopher Lee died. I know Leonard Nimoy was old, so I think that was the reason why. Actually, no. I think the reason may have been something else for him. Let me actually look that up, because I'm actually generally curious now. Cause of death, complications of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Yeah, because plus he was 83. I forgot how old he was. He was really, he was. It's not as old, but it's still kind of up there. Because I think my grandfather, I think he was like somewhere around there, maybe a bit older than that. So, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a group of lung diseases that block airflow and make it difficult to breathe. Wow. Alright, I'll see you later, Key. Yeah, we could possibly work something out for our collaboration. No, I don't really think Nomura planned that. I'm sure probably once he learned that both their actors died, I really think that put him like, oh crud. Because now they gotta go search for a replacement, and that takes a while too. I was just really surprised that they got someone that did Star Trek and for Star Wars for Kingdom Hearts, both Mark Hamill and Leonard Nimoy. Don't I have like the stuff saved? I'm just gonna look real quick to see what I have saved talking about the rumors, because I feel like there was more. No, that is not what I meant to. That is not what I meant to do. Because I think no, that is not what I meant to do again. Jesus, clicking all the wrong things. That off and bring this back up. Here we go. It's so funny. I got a forum from kh3 talking about the Kingdom Hearts community and its toxic ways. Its ways. I don't know where my mouth was going with that. Which it sounded pretty right on what's going on, but wait, where was the thing that I was talking about the rumors? Where was it? Oh, I forgot I had something talking about Aqua aging in the Realm of Darkness too. Oh, I think this is it. Actually, no, these are the two things. If the Master of Masters is Noctis, then they got me messed up. They got me messed up because they already did him dirty in Final Fantasy 15, which I'm not going to spoil because my girlfriend's in here and she has just started playing 15, so So no spoilers, please. If you know what happens to the ending, just not say a word. Okay, here it is. Dressing rumors. Blah blah blah. Also, by the way, if you don't already do this, and this is both for the stream and for when it comes out as a video, please, if you want to keep up with Kingdom Hearts news, please go to kh13.com. And for kh13 Insider, we got these two lovely sites that do very good on their news. Sometimes I think the only times that they ever addressed rumors is this in particular, and for what the CEO Masuda said about releasing titles within the next 3 years, and people take that as a misconception as well. Don't know how, because it was very explanatory for me. Actually, if I click this, am I going to see the actual links to the tweets? Yes, I am. Translate. Is it all of them? Actually, I think this is very well translated now. Not from him stating it again or something. I think when I actually went ahead to translate, I think it translated it properly. Like, just straight off the bat. And also seeing that Nomura continues in its 13th, never better, but he was making a joke, of not advancing with the development of Kingdom Hearts 3 by its perfectionism. Which again, I think that's just developers in general. I think most of them have it more than others, and mainly Japan just likes it better. Mainly Square Enix likes it better because, again, they want to produce like the best game that they have. Like, imagine if Kingdom Hearts 3 was bad and it lost sales. No. Basically, it is decided to put the cap so cute that has already to ask that they read things. If everything goes according to plan, there will be Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer at E3, and the game will be released in 2018. It will release in 2018 even if it's not finished, which is a lot people started getting really scared for. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared at first when I read this, because of course it was also translated from Spanish, so it wasn't that really concrete to figure out. And it's still not concrete, so we don't have any info, so I'm taking this one all with a grain of salt. And some of these things just don't add up. Some of them do, but some of them don't. It seems that working on a Kingdom Hearts... This is actually, now I'm seeing that it's not fully translated correctly. Some of it is, some of it isn't. It seems that working on a Kingdom Hearts consoles for the Osaka team has been exhausting, which, again, it kind of makes sense, because truly they have not worked on a console game at all. The only console they've ever touched was the PS2 with the remake of Chain of Memories. Then everything they've touched was handhelds. I don't think they did Days and Recoded. I think Days and Recoded were handled by a third-party team, which was a hand, if I remember correctly. So Osaka team didn't touch that. That's why the gameplay was drastically different, I think. Let me move this over here. Okay, Lee. If you have to go, then you have to go. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. If you want to, you can subscribe and stay for more content if you wish. All I do is mainly a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff, and I do plan to branch out a little bit more later down in the future. Right now, I'm just focused on this. But yeah, I really hope you have a nice day too. Now, what am I seeing up here? Maybe he is not this King of Kings, Master of Masters. Even though he's voiced it, even though the Master of Masters is voiced by Ray Chase, who is the voice actor for Noctis, I don't really see that. No, don't make him the villain, please. Do not make him the villain. And on the other hand, the more it seems more interested in what comes after Kingdom Hearts 3 than Kingdom Hearts 3 itself. I really don't see that. That really puts the question to me, like, I don't believe that's true. I don't want to say that's true at all, because how can you be more excited what comes after 3 if you're not even done with 3 and if you're not even interested in 3? That kind of makes it kind of questioned. And I really even don't think that that's really true. Like, because making a game, you have to have interest. That's the one thing. If you're making a game, and even if you're making a game series, you have to be interested in what goes into it. Otherwise, then what's the point of making a game? That's the whole point of why I want to be a game creator. Because I want to show what I could do with a few of these game concepts that I do have. And the most recent one that I came up with is probably the best one I ever thought of. Of course, I'm not going to be able to replicate it at this current point in time, but maybe a few years down the line with a team. But to me, that defeats the purpose of being a creator and even being a writer. Like, that's just me. So I don't feel that is true. I feel like that is fake. I can see it as like he could be done with Kingdom Hearts 3 and he's not really interested anymore, and he's more excited for what comes after 3 because of what he'll be able to do. That makes a little bit more sense in my opinion. But saying he flat out doesn't care about Kingdom Hearts 3 anymore and just worries about what comes after, that to me just doesn't make much sense. That sounds a little worrying from what this guy is saying. See, if Noctis to me, if he was going to be a villain, I think it would be an extent of, say, like Zack Fair from Birth by Sleep or Cloud from Kingdom Hearts 1. That's as far as I'll go with that. For Noctis to be completely a villain, it kind of goes against what he is in Final Fantasy 15, because he is a good guy. Everything he does in the game is good. But there is rumors that possibly there will be maybe a Chaos Noctis for like for DLC with Dark World and stuff. I mean, I think he means more story-wise. I think as far as goes in his mind and on paper, Kingdom Hearts 3 is done. Yeah, that to me, like I said, that makes sense. That really makes sense to the point as to why he wouldn't be interested, because it's practically done. He just doesn't. He's just not worrying about it anymore because it's practically done on paper and possibly even close to the game engine. So, like I said, I think if you worry about something else that continues forward and you don't worry about what's continuing right now, then you fail as a writer. That honestly, you fail as a writer right there. Because your story and your game you're working on currently would potentially fail if you're not putting much effort into it, and your series might go forward very well, but the game that you are currently working on would probably flop. That's how I see it if he truly means it like that, but I don't see it like that. Because he's worked on so many games to build up this story that leads to 3, and then you're not going to care about it. To me, that's what that doesn't make sense to me. As a human being, as a creator, as a writer, it just doesn't make sense. The story of 3, the story of 3, I mean, yeah. Oh, this is actually the good part. This was the juicy part that was funny, in my opinion, for everyone freaking out about this. The development team for Kingdom Hearts 3 was obsessed with pulling a trailer last April and launched it at the end of the year with cuts. Basically, they would have had a trailer in April with cuts if they possibly didn't delay it. And to no one's surprise, This is all fault of Versus development hell. This is what I'm talking about. With what I was talking about with the Versus hell. It just mainly stressed everyone, and it set everything back, because probably they don't have efficient members like they did when 15 was around. Because I saw multiple people go in and out when 15 was around, and it just set everything back. I honestly think that that's the problem that we're facing with everything. That and the fact that they gave Nomura multiple freaking projects. That really pisses me off. That they did that to him. Like, because he's working on Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that's in a trilogy form. So he has 2 more versions to do. Working on Kingdom Hearts 3, and possibly even doing more of the later series after 3. And he was doing World of Final Fantasy, which I think he was a creative producer. I think he may have done some of the designs, but I think I remember seeing the credits, and I think I saw Tetsuya Nomura, creative producer. To me, that really just upsets me that they gave him so many damn projects. All these details about 3 come in with 1 to 2 weeks of delay. Keep it in mind, because in the house of Square Enix, things go fast and change. Again, this is where it doesn't really bother me or scare me, because things could automatically change within the matter of a few weeks. If he's saying that this was within 1 to 2 weeks, then what could months happen? That's the real question. That's where I'm coming from. If this information, if it's true, happens within 1 to 2 weeks, then what happens when time develops a little further, for multiple weeks, for a couple months, maybe even a year? What kind of goes on then in-house Square Enix now? And from recent news, they're getting a lot more people for Final Fantasy VII. They're getting a lot of people, and they're also not worrying about third party anymore. They're going to move everything in-house. Which, again, to me, I think that's more positive, because they don't have to play patty cake and play hot potato with each other. Because Hideo Kojima is doing that with Death Stranding, and even though he's got a studio in Amsterdam, but that, again, you still have to go back and forth with the engine that you're using. So the presentation at E3 is almost confirmed, and Nomura should be at the event somehow or another. I feel like he'll be there either way, because the concert is also happening very closely in America, so it also brings opportunity to bring more backstory possibly in the concerts, which people don't want, because they say, well, it's not in the game, no one's going to really know. Honestly, if you're not on social media and not following the Kingdom Hearts sites, then it's really no one's fault that you couldn't get the info. But I guess if you're really tight on time, then yeah, I can see that. Oh my god, the next comment, like, what the heck? Do you know anything about a possible version for the Switch? I don't know why people ask this. I would rather wait for a Switch version. Just wait until the game's done. Then you can worry about a Switch version. But worry about the game right now, and don't worry about a Switch version, Square. I swear on that. If this is true about the... Well, that's what everyone's saying. And plus, like I stated earlier, if they show nothing at E3 for Kingdom Hearts 3, then that would be wrong, because we have not seen the game in over a year. Because Jump Festa was last year, at the end of the year. After that, we never got any info except for the screenshots and maybe a few of the backstories. And everything for 2018, I've been saying 2018 for a while, so somewhat it could be correct. And I don't know why, just 2018 to me just sounds reasonable, But if they have to push it back to 2019, I don't care. If they push it back to 2019 to get in maybe some worlds, maybe to put in mini games or anything, then really, But I will tell you this straight up right now. If people think that there's not going to be a final mix for Kingdom Hearts 3, I doubt that. I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 will have final mix. No, I don't think we're getting two trailers. I think if they said that they planned 2 trailers, one in April and one another one, which could have been like the winter news stuff. But what I think they'll do is that they'll take all of it and they'll probably put it together. Because like it said in the rumor that, like it didn't fully explain it, but it was mainly probably Nomura pulled back on it because it would have had cut stuff. It would have been cut if because the idea was that they were going to release it this year in December, but they're pushing it back to 2018 because it would have had cut content, like significant cut content. So 2018 could be better, in my opinion, if that is true. Which I'm still saying, take this with a grain of salt until E3, and that's in a few weeks. So I feel like I'm forgetting something. This was all the first tweets. I figured it would have shown the updated tweets. Oh no, kh3 already did the clarification. Square Enix is not rushing Kingdom Hearts 3. That reports are incorrect. See, there's still some error in his punctuation and his grammar, so more likely he doesn't speak a lot of English. I said that they may cut things, but I didn't say they are in a rush. People change my words. If they can't finish something when they hit the deadline, it'll be cut. Which again, that brings me to question that it's because the story itself is done. If it's something extra, then they can't get it. If they can't get it in, then it'll be cut. That's where I came to realization with that. There's no rush when you delay a game twice, which I'm very pissed that everyone says, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 is so delayed. It's delayed multiple times when you don't delay a game if it doesn't have a full-on confirmation release. That, to me, doesn't make sense. The only kind of way that we knew of a release date was happening, or they had an idea, was from Nomura. Nomura said that he had an idea when he wanted to release the game. But that's not confirming. That is straight speculation for what he wanted to release it. He could have been thinking, oh, I'll probably want to release it in 2017. But he didn't say it because it could have easily changed. And it was an idea at the time. It was never flat out set in stone. Otherwise, we would have known by now. Delay game twice. Again, I just hate that people really say that. Reports about Kingdom Hearts 3 being in development hell like Versus is also inaccurate. I said that the development of Versus was a hell. That's what I was saying earlier. And as Nomura has said so many times, this affected him and Square Enix. I don't remember hearing about that, but I'm feeling like that was a true thing. If Nomura was a Osaka team resident and had set his goals accurately, the game would be out in December like planned. Nomura, as you should know, is working a lot of teams in Square Enix in a lot of games/projects. Again, this is why I hate that they put so many projects on him, because he has to work between so many teams, so many artist teams, so many animation teams, so many concept teams. There were so many things that they have to do for a game, And if you pile so many on one person and one individual, nothing comes out great. That's why Naughty Dog more than likely waited to do a sequel for The Last of Us, because they were doing Uncharted, and they didn't want to have games come out multiple times or have multiple games worked on at the same time. It was for that particular reason. So that was like the first, like, that was the news that he presented nowadays, but there was actually rumors that he talked about earlier, which I was going to actually do a video for, and then this spilled over, which was funny. Rumors on Kingdom Hearts 3 go way back to January 30th, 2017, when he stated the following. So these are what he was saying. I forget where it was. I don't remember. I don't think it was on Reddit. I think it was on something else. I can't remember at the top of my head, but it was somewhere. I know my girlfriend is probably knowing where I got this from, but kh3 just repeated it. Development on Kingdom Hearts 3 seems to be not going as well as expected, and the development team is using assets which, subject to change, it should be playable by August, and but they still don't have various sections ready. Well, it is possible to launch in not in quotations, in parentheses, in March of next year. Won't be affected. So, if they were going to release the game in March of 2017, March of next year, then everything that they've done, then it wouldn't have been affected, which again contradicts what was said with his recent things. Saying that, well, if they have to rush, if they're not rushing the game and they have to cut things, then why are they saying we're gonna have to cut things out, if that's the question? Or maybe I'm missing something. But they will have to work a lot for it. Kingdom Hearts 3's problem resides in all of the content that they have to include levels, animation, models, and they are very slow in doing it. And that's in general. Those things take the longest. Coding, animation, models, levels. Those are a lot of things that are very hard, and that comes from someone from experience of developing their own games. Because I made a few projects here and there. They weren't like top quality indie games that you would see come out, but they were like pet projects to mainly to practice. Every time they make a build, they have to review it, and Nomura says, "No, we should work more on this," and back to work. When there are assets from PlayStation 2 still to be worked on, untouched levels and things of the sort. I stuttered so heavily there. He also added, obviously this perfectionism from Nomura assures certain quality standards, and the finished parts of the game look really good. In that sense, we shouldn't be worried. Slow but safe. On March 16, 2017, he also talked about a canceled presentation for Kingdom Hearts 3, which also has been clarified as a rumor. Of course, it's all rumor based. And then once I get done with this, I'll probably end the stream, because I think I've said it pretty much a lot. So it'll probably be both the rumor talk and also the in-depth speculation video. So there you go. You would be essentially getting two streams in one. Than what planned. Seems like Square has canceled / delayed a presentation for Kingdom Hearts 3 for the press. The closeness to E3 and other factors could be the reason for this decision. They are looking for more efficient marketing campaign, which is great because they don't have that much of a campaign. Nomura had prepared 2 trailers, one at the end of last year and the one at the beginning of this year, which again ties back to me thinking that these were the Winter News announcements, but Nomura cut them away due to E3, and possibility of possibly having to cut things out if they were going for a 2017 release. More efficient way, blah, blah, blah. Beginning of the year. At E3/after E3, you should start getting details, and when Square Enix announces the release date, the big marketing campaign will begin. So, again, it's all rumors. Just take them with a grain of salt. Wait till E3. Wait till the E3 Coliseum to get more info, because Square is going to be attending both. I know they're doing the Coliseum. We'll just have to wait to see if they'll show up at Sony, like the rumor says. That they'll be showing a trailer. As to Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't know if they'll be showing that off. My guess is March in Japan, and July the West, or July worldwide. I'm hoping it'll be worldwide, because that's what really hurt 0.2, because it was promised worldwide, and then they went back on it, and they gave us, I believe, 2 weeks in between the games of the game releases, which I don't like, because it was new content, and I was actually spoiled by the last scene, which was the 2.9, the first volume scene, which, again, people saying, oh, there's going to be a 2.9, 2.9's next. No, that's out the water. That 2.9 thing was the cutscene at the very end of the Kingdom Hearts 0.2. So, that's put the rest. Let's move on with Kingdom Hearts 3. This is the next game. But I feel like if it was worldwide, there's going to be so many spoilers. I would have to jump off of social media, and that means everything. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. There will be so many spoilers. So, no. I would have to essentially leave the internet, and I don't want to do that, because it's hard to. It's really hard to. So many people say, "Oh, I'm gonna leave social media," which they don't. They don't. Was that actually it? Oh yeah, this guy did have some grounds to stand on. That's why a lot of people are somewhat believing him, because he actually predicted and actually said that The Last of Us 2 was going to get confirmed. I don't remember if he said it was going to be confirmed at PSX, which is where it was revealed. So he does have some ground to stand on, but there is some that he speculated and said that was going to come out and be revealed, which has not been revealed. I don't remember what he had said. Actually, I might say here. Such as the reveal of The Last of Us Part 2 a week before its official announcement at PlayStation Experience 2016. So it was a week before PSX. So, and a new Fire Emblem game releasing for Nintendo Switch before the end of 2018, which I think was the Finding game. He also has some other unconfirmed rumors, such as the Pokemon announcement being delayed, a new Assassin's Creed game announced coming up on the week of May 15, 2017, which was fake because we're in June, so that was wrong. So that's some clarity to actually give some people some breather, because he could be wrong about this. He could be wrong about Kingdom Hearts 3. Could be just saying this just to stir up controversy. Or he could be telling the truth. I'm not going to say he's a liar, but I'm going to say he doesn't have a ground to stand on until we see the actual information. A new Animal Crossing and a new Metroid Prime style game coming to the Switch before the end of 2018, and Square Enix eternally discussing the World Ends With You IP. Honestly, I want them to be a World Ends With You 2. I really want there to be a sequel, because I really love the World Ends With You. That was such a really good game. Also, nothing worth that June 2016, there was some leaks on 4chan about the plot overall about Final Fantasy 15. Oh, I forgot this guy actually did spoil the 15 plot with some leaks on 4chan. I think his last name is Alnuma. I think that's what it's saying here. Alnuma stated that an inside source that he had confirmed that all those leaks were fake, but the game released and all those leaks turned out to be true. So again, like I said, I'm not calling him a liar, but I'm not calling him the profit of what's coming for Kingdom Hearts 3. So you see where I'm getting at here. With others in mind, we advise our readers to take just a grain of salt. These are all rumors to point this out in time that could eventually be proven wrong. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's everything in a nutshell. Other than that, I could talk about the controversy, people saying, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 is still 3 years away, which is bullshit. Let me clarify that real quick before I end the stream. Anybody that sees this that believes Kingdom Hearts 3 will be delayed until 2020, you're not looking at your sources right. Because the CEO, Masuda, said that they plan to release these upcoming titles within... well, actually, let me restate that because a lot of people are probably going to call me out saying he didn't say within, he said in. So, let me address myself really quick. He said that the next 3 upcoming titles will come in the next 3 years or so. I think the or so is mainly for other games, or as a scapegoat in case there's something goes wrong with them, which could happen. So, people are saying that it's just 2020 that's being the release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, but keep in mind, they're not just talking about Kingdom Hearts 3, they're also talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they're also talking about the Marvel IP, which is those are the only 3 games that were slated in the 2018 financial year and beyond. We have not gotten any confirmation of any other big game titles. So it's not just talking about those 2 games, Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts 3, it's also talking about the Marvel IP. So we don't really know where these games fall. So the rumor could be true, it could be 2018, possibly it could be 2019, Final Fantasy VII could be 2020, the Marvel IP could be 2019, and Kingdom Hearts 3 could be 2018. Who knows? We'll have to wait till E3. He was wrong about Pokemon, I think. Yeah, I think he was wrong about a Pokemon announcement for the Switch. A lot of people want a Pokemon Switch game, which was rumored so many times about Pokemon Stars. So, it could be a thing. I just think what he could be going at could be wrong. I don't know. Because he also said a new Metroid Prime game, or a new Metroid-styled Prime game, and he also said a new Animal Crossing. And I think he also said something, and he said something about something releasing in May of 15. Oh, the Assassin's Creed game announcement coming in the week of 2017 of May 15th. Again, that's wrong because there was nothing given away on May 15th. So far from what I'm aware of. But, I think that's really everything. I think I just pretty much covered every single rumor that was talked about from back then, from the same guy, to what's happening now, with the new recent rumors, and the controversy with the 2020 release and other things like that. Again, like I said, I don't believe the 2020 thing. A lot of news sites use it as clickbait to get money, so again, check your sources if you're looking at different websites. I think that was my phone. There was a shop. I didn't really know that there was a mini game like that. Well, I think it said was for the Switch. Was it for the Switch? Oh no, it didn't. It didn't specify. So, could be the Magic Heart game, jump game. But I think that's it. I think that's everything. Now the true question is, would you want me to do maybe a bit of Q&A? I still got a lot of battery on me, or do you think I've said enough and just end the stream and prepare for E3 and for maybe other streams? You just said Pokemon. Yeah, you just said Pokemon. You didn't really specify Stars, or you didn't specify the Switch. I think, yeah, only said for the Switch was Animal Crossing and a Metroid Prime game. And it's funny because I think, if you, honestly, I think if you want to chat with people on Kingdom Hearts stuff, I think just go to the forums. Go to kh3, KH Insider, because I think they're the most chillest fans ever. Because on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's all cancerous. If you go to like the actual forums for these websites that I'm looking at right now, they're mainly chill. They're almost speaking like me, speaking like, well, this could be taken differently. This could be mistranslated. This could be like it's pretty much like a bunch of me's just talking at once. There are some on the forums that just kind of be like, kind of like almost cancerous kind of comments, but it's better here than everywhere else. So. Alright, I'll see you later, news store. Like I said, if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content. I do plan on doing a bit more streams. And a bit more other stuff. I have to like go back and forth between the stuff that I'm looking at. I guess I can close the Twitter stuff if I'm done with that. Bookmarks. I guess I can get rid of kh3 right now. Again, I can't believe this is like a 2-hour stream and it's like 77% on my phone. Last time I checked, I could only do like an hour stream because my battery would just drain so much. So, that's a little weird. I don't know what's going on. But the question still stands if you want me to do a small Q&A for maybe just a few minutes and then end the stream, or just end the stream altogether and everyone could be on their merry way. It's really up to anybody. That is if you're watching and you're new, and if you want to ask me something that you thought would be a cool answer to get from someone else. I'm actually going to take a look real quick on kh3 real quick, because I didn't even see if there was anything new that they spoke. Oh, they're talking about the keyblade, Kingdom Key revealed at the Tokyo Toy Show, which I saw a lot on Instagram. It looks really nice. Probably cost a crud ton of money. A proplica. Who came up with that? Who came up with the word proplica? Oh my god. Oh, it's released by Bandai. It's the same people who made the Sora, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy Shifiguarts figures. I have no idea what that says. SHFIGUARTS figures. Kingdom Hearts collection badges will be in stock for Sega Prize starting June 5th. The Sora figures. Oh, I didn't even see the Mickey, Donald, and Goofy figures. They don't look half bad. Huh. Some really good detail on that. I don't know. I feel like I'm straying away from what I'm doing. I feel like I'm in my primary research mode. What's pretty weird? Something real quick. The battery. Oh yeah, it is pretty weird. The battery. It's like 76%. Yeah, the battery's really weird. Hey, if it stays like this during E3, I don't have a problem with it. That means I can get the whole thing if it's an hour. That's a great thing. And also, I guess I could quickly explain how I'm going to do the setup. Essentially, it's going to be where it's probably going to be like right here by my lamp. And it's going to be focused on my monitor, and you will see me beside. And essentially, I'm going to try and use either my YouTube app on my PS4 or Twitch, or the Twitch app. The only problem is that I'm really worried that it's going to be within the age restriction. Because I don't use an account on my PS4. I only use it on my computer and on my phone. And I really don't know how to set it up on my PS4. Maybe I can ask my brother how he did it on Twitch. But, yeah. I don't know how it fully works, but I guess I can get some answers somewhere else. That, or I'll just wait until it's on YouTube. And just watch it there without our age restriction. Because IGN does it, and I was able to watch IGN pretty fine. It's up to you about a Q&A. I don't have a problem with Q&A. Just ask away if you have questions. If there's nothing really to discuss, or if there's not that many people, then you can just end the stream. Simple as that. Oops. It's the wrong button. Wait, did I say the wrong thing about YouTube? Like, oh, I'm getting the YouTube app. Is that what I said, or did I just say it right, or are you just saying something else? Because if I said that I was getting the YouTube app, then that's my fault. I already have the YouTube app. Same thing with Twitch. I just don't know how to set up the. I just don't know how to set up the users. Because I'm not going to make a whole nother user. I don't want to. Because I used to do that so much in the past. Excuse me. I should have got a drink. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I think that's honestly. I think that's everything. Oh, hello, Samuel. It's sad that you are joining me in the 2-hour mark. Because I pretty much said a lot of things. mainly what the title says and for addressing rumors. So I do apologize that you're just getting here. Because I was either going to do a Q&A or if I was going to just close the stream. Yeah, I set up mine. I set up... Like, it's fine. If it's fine, if you could try and remember clearly on how you did yours, then I don't have a problem with that. But if you can't remember fully, then I can just ask my brother how he did it with Twitch. And be possible how if I can make it my personal Twitter, not my Twitter, my personal profile on Twitch already, because I already have a Twitch account to talk to Twitch streamers, because I'm already a mod on one stream that I watch. Just check something real quick. What the heck? Oh, that's funny. That's funny when I just... It's funny what I'm looking at right here. Oh my god. So, the people who probably don't know, I used to have 62 subscribers and then it dropped to 60. I didn't really know why. And then I just recently just popped up another tab just to look at my YouTube page to see if there's anything new. I went up back to 62, which was the original number I was at. So I don't know if the people who just left subscribe or not. If they did, thank you. If not, then no personal grudge. Because YouTube is really messed up with their subs. Even though they denied it, they're wrong. They're 100% wrong. Where it's from? Are you talking about where I'm from, or are you talking about something else? I'm looking at my subs here to see if there's any kind of difference. It might be those two, because I don't see any difference. And it takes a while for YouTube to cycle new subs. It takes like a day for them to finally show. That or they don't display their subs on their channels. Yeah, it doesn't look any different. Maybe if I refresh. No, nothing different. Well, to the extent of of how far I've gotten with the apps. They give me codes so I can go into Twitch Activate, or I don't know if it's the same thing for YouTube as like YouTube Activate. Just to say where you can put a code. I don't see where they're talking about a code on the mobile device. So that's really where I was stumped. I didn't want to make another account to put a code in. That was the thing. But if you're saying if you use your YouTube account that you're active on and you put it to your PS4, then that's where I'm mainly stemming from. Because I don't see a button, I don't see a thing that says put code here for the app or something like that. So that's where I was questioning, that's where I was stuck. So oh, Samuel, are you speaking Spanish? Is that what's happening, or like who's speaking Spanish? Because I'm speaking perfect English. I only know a bit of Spanish, actually, because I couldn't finish Spanish at school, because I had to leave to get my diploma. But I can always learn. You can always learn just off by the books and just practice. I know a good number of words in Spanish, actually. I don't know why I'm talking about Spanish now. Jesus. That was lightning. I thought that was lightning I was hearing. I thought it was probably a car. It didn't quite sound like lightning. Or thunder, actually, not lightning. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, honestly, I think I'll just probably end the stream here. Just to let my voice rest and possibly plan out other streams, because I'm planning to do Kingdom Hearts Days HD, the movie, and have that streamed and just talk to chat, since those games are not playable. And I'm mainly talking about Days HD and Recoded HD, and just have those as streams. And then, of course, E3 comes in June 3rd. No, not June 3rd. June 13 or something like that. Which is the Sony conference, and that's the one I'm going to be streaming. As for the other ones that are just probably going to be videos, because I'm mainly just going to do Sony, because that's where Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably going to show up the most likely place. I highly doubt Microsoft. And for other companies, I don't see why Square Enix is not having their own conference this year. So Sony is a more likely bet. Some difference from YouTube to me, it's easier than getting Twitch on PS4. Like I said, when the stream's over, you can kind of help me out, and I can probably send you pictures of what's going on. But other than that, like I said, if I can't catch it live in the moment when it's actually live, then I'll do it when it's uploaded to YouTube and just use IGN. Like, that's what I mainly do. I just use IGN just to watch new trailers anyway. I don't watch their opinion pieces, because their opinions are pretty difficult and really just god-awful. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I think I've said everything. Talked about all the rumors. I talked about the speculation that I had, which was short. I thought it was going to be longer. And I will also be doing the live streams for both the movies, Kingdom Hearts Days HD and Kingdom Hearts Recoded HD. I already did a full-on reaction to back cover, which is already on my YouTube page, which is almost at 300 views. I think that's my highest viewed video, actually. I think my last highest viewed video I got was like around 200, I think. So it's cool that I get a 300 video view. But yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's everything I want to say. Probably just let my voice rest. Because it is pretty scratchy right now. I think it was scratchy when I did the PSX video. How old am I? I am 19 years old, almost 20, coming this November. Which people probably don't believe me because I look younger than 19. Well, actually, I look younger than 19 when I have my hair cut. And my facial hair gone. I look like I've shaved 2 years off my life, which is kind of funny. So, hey, hey, that's good genes. If you look 2 years younger than what you actually are, that's cool. But yeah, I am 19. I am 19 years old, about to be 20 years. But yeah, I had fun streaming. This definitely was probably the best stream that I had. Not to say all my other streams were horrible. I just like this one in particular because I got a lot of things out of it. And I just had fun overall. It was probably my favorite stream to talk about. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna let my breath. Getting tongue-tied here. I'm gonna let my voice rest. I'm probably gonna go plan out E3, go double check my times. What's gonna happen is, I think it's June 13th at 8 p.m. my time, which is Central Time. In Los Angeles, I believe it's Pacific Time, so it's gonna be 6 p.m. there. I know my girl, Nicole, is gonna be an hour earlier, so she probably is gonna get E3 before I do on Sony. So I would say lucky you. But I will have a stream just for one of the conferences, which will be Sony. I believe it will be not 2000. I will say it's June 13th. I could be completely wrong, but I want to say it's 13th. But that's kind of the initial plans. If I do have time and if I do have the energy, I will do the movie streams early. Because I do not want to try and go and get the games again for DS, because I don't have a 3DS anymore because of the flood that happened here a few months ago. It was actually almost a year ago, I think. But either way, yeah, I think that's quite it. I said I had fun. Until the next stream. And of course, if you did enjoy the stream or did enjoy this video that you're watching, be sure to leave your comments down below, give it a like, share it with your friends if they enjoy Kingdom Hearts content, and be sure to subscribe for more content for Kingdom Hearts content and for other content in general. And be sure to click that bell to be notified when I do upload and do stream. So I will see everybody later. This is Master French 100 signing out to the next stream or to the next video. See everybody. Have an awesome day.